Hi, Congressman Lloyd Smucker here. We're, believe it or not, almost halfway through the year now that May is almost over. Each month, I'm bringing you a monthly rewind with legislative news, information about my travels across the district and other important updates. And I hope you'll tune in. And you can also share this video with your friends and neighbors, and I hope you choose to do so. April and May were busy months across the district and in Washington, D.C. as well. In April, House Republicans advanced a responsible solution to raise the nation's debt ceiling, which you've all been hearing a lot about. That bill was not taken up by Senate Democrats, nor did they pass any other bill, and it took another month for the President Biden, to come to the negotiating table. During debate on the House floor, I spoke, and I speak in other places as well, about the importance of putting our nation on a better fiscal path.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The last time the U.S. debt held by the public equaled our total economic output was just after World War II. After that, economic policies, fiscal policies that put our country on the right track resulted in decades of American prosperity and American leadership across the world. Today, the trajectory is far different, as shown on this chart. Our debt to GDP ratio, the best economic measure to show the health of our economy, is projected to go up from 98% today to 118% in the next 10 years and double our economy in just the next 30 years.
I'm really thankful that the negotiating parties have put forward a solution which does begin to take steps to put America on a better path. And I remain committed to working to bring fiscal discipline to Washington. It is absolutely critical that we continue to work to address our national debt. As we observed Memorial Day, we honored and we remembered those who made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our nation in the armed forces. And I was reminded of Lancaster County veteran Mr. Harold Billow, who was a World War II veteran who passed away just last year. And at the time of his passing, Harold was the last known survivor of what is known as the Nomadi Massacre, which was a tragic event which occurred when German forces opened fire on surrendering American soldiers instead of capturing them as prisoners of war. Each Memorial Day, Harold would line his yard at home with 87 American flags to remember the lives of his fellow soldiers who were killed that day. We kicked off the month of April by holding a dedication ceremony at the Mountjoy Post Office, which renamed the post office and which now bears Harold's name. He was a true patriot. He was an exceptional member of the greatest generation. And I'm really thankful that my legislation to name the post office after Mr. Billow was signed into law late last year.
The Mountjoy Post Office in Lancaster County is now named after Harold Billow. A dedication ceremony was held this morning. Billow died in May at the age of 99. He was the last known survivor of the Nomadi Massacre on December 17, 1944. His military units surrendered to German troops but were gunned down by SS troops. 87 others with him died, and on holidays, Billow would put 87 flags in his yard to remember them. Now his memory lives.
Someone who served our country in unimaginable ways. He saw the horrors of war, but then always remembered the people that had been left behind that he had served with.
If his name's there, people will see it. You know, how often do we walk into a building and we don't know who that person is? In this day and age, we punch that name in our phones. We just learned something that day, you know, and for us, you know, that's the hope. People will know, you know, who he was.
And a plaque honoring him now hangs in the post office.
I also had the pleasure of meeting with farmers around Pennsylvania's 11th Congressional District to discuss Congress's upcoming consideration of the 2023 Farm Bill. This is the legislation that sets the federal government's agricultural policy.
The next federal farm bill will set policy for the agriculture industry. Lancaster County's Congressman Lloyd Smucker heard from local farmers about issues they want addressed. Brian Munoz reports.
Making the concerns of Pennsylvania farmers known is top of mind for Congressman Lloyd Smucker.
How we can ensure that the farm bill is working for them to ensure that they can continue to feed the world, which we do right here from Lancaster and York County.
Smucker met with Lancaster County farmers today in a roundtable intended to discuss what's important to them.
Farmers are an independent lot. They're willing, they work very, very hard. But some of these larger issues that can only be resolved through the pooling of resources.
Every 5 years, lawmakers formulate the country's farm bill. It's the legislation that dictates how much support farmers get from the federal government.
Lancaster County has the largest number of laying hens, so we produce more eggs than any other county across the country.
Which is why stopping the spread of the avian flu and protecting crops from invasive plant hoppers are at the top of the list.
Recently spotted lanternfly, but also the stink bug and other pests that really do impact the crops. And so the importance of that was one of the things that was mentioned by the farmers that were here today.
Crop insurance was another topic. He says farmers would eventually like to see more options on this.
It's not unusual to look at every aspect of the program. That's what will happen again.
In Lancaster, Brian Munoz, ABC 27 News.
I also had the honor of joining local elected officials in Columbia Borough during National Police Week. And we did that to honor Columbia Borough Police Chief Harry Hartman, who was killed in the line of duty in 1923. So as we mark 100 years since Chief Hartman's passing, may we always honor his service and the service of law enforcement officers everywhere who work to keep our communities safe every day. As I wrap up this April and May in review, I want you to know that I always appreciate hearing your thoughts and your suggestions. Also want you to know that my office is here to help you. If you're experiencing an issue with a federal department or agency, like Social Security, IRS, Veterans Affairs, any federal agency, please contact my office. We're here to help. We can help. Thanks for watching this update. I hope you'll like and share this video, and you can also subscribe to my e-newsletter at my website, smucker.house.gov. Again, the website is smucker.house.gov. Thank you.